So y'all listen. Good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is. Y'all see these power onlys up here? My son work at Amazon, right? So I bring him to work. Sometimes I bring him, sometimes my daughter bring him. This depends on when we get off work. So these power onlys over here, and I come and pick him up in the morning at 4:45. So in the morning at 4:45, it'd be a whole lot of power onlys over here lined up. So all the way down, all the way around. Let me try to see if this thing will turn so y'all can see them at the Amazon. But they go all the way around, and in the morning at 4:45, they be all back here lined up. So what I did one morning is I came at 4:30, and I went to all of those trucks and I put my card on them. Now I know they probably got some kind of agreement going on with Amazon. Let me turn the camera around because I'm driving now. Or maybe I can't turn it around. I don't know. Maybe. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Because I'm driving. So when I'm driving, oh, there I go. I can't wear my glasses because I don't need them. So anyway, I came and I put my card on all of the trucks. They were asleep. And I drove my car all the way up, all the way around. And then I don't think y'all saw it, but on across the street from them is a lot that's full of just trailers. I don't know if they empty. I don't know if, they parked or whatever. I'm finna change my shirt in a minute. Well, I'm gonna just take it off, but when I get to where I'm going. So I left my card on. So I didn't hear nothing back. So I waited like 2 weeks. And then I did it again. Because we got to pound the pavement no matter. So somebody called, one of them called me back. And he said, hey, how you doing? You left your card on my truck. And you must leave it like early in the morning because I never see you come up to my truck. And I said, hey, how you doing? And he told me it was at Amazon. I say yes, because I'm an independent dispatcher and I work with other dispatchers, and I'm always looking for a way to help them, a way to help myself. And I would like to talk to the carriers about what their needs are, what they look for in a dispatcher, just the things, just a general conversation. So he said, okay, so he told me where he was, and he asked me was I available to meet with him. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that's good. It's actually was like right by the parking lot of the Amazon. So I told him, this is the time I'll be out here. I'll be dropping my son off, whoop whoop. So he met me over there, but it was like kind of across the street. And he was saying, I see a lot of y'all dispatchers online. What do y'all do? The things. What exactly do y'all do? And then he went on to explain to me that he'd been a driver. He was a company driver for a long time. And then he, started doing his own thing. And he has a hot shot. He has 2 hot shots. And then he has this. But when he started his own business, even though he had connections, his hot shots was doing real good for him, and that's what was keeping him afloat. And then he started his situation over here at Amazon. But of course, he limited the information because he want to know what I'm saying, what I'm gonna say, which he not wrong. So I started telling him who we are, what we do. We are independent dispatchers. We don't work for companies. We get out here and we have to build relationships, and we have our own connections, and we have a network of dispatchers. And these are the things that we do. This is what I've done. So I started giving him my receipts, what I do, what I've done. And I told him that we have to do research. We keep up with the market, what is going on. We keep up with all of the things. We make sure that we have your information in check, everything aligned. We pretty much help you, assist you in running your business. We make connections. Each of us do different things. There's different charges for each of us. Like myself, and I went and I told him that I charge 8%, and these are all the things that I will do for you, and these are the things that I hold on to you for you, and this is what I take care of you for, and you have those, and this is what I do for this equipment you know, what I'm going to do. Because I base my percentage on what I'm going to do for them and not their equipment. And then I went on to tell him, but there are other people who charge their percentage, but it, you know, it may be the equipment that you have. And so he was like, well, okay, what break that down for me. So I said, okay, for the hot shots, you may get a dispatcher that say, you know, for your hot shots, they may do 8%, but for your power home, I mean, for your tractor that you got, your trailer that you got here, they may do 10%. And then they'll tell you all of the things that they're going to do for you for the 10%. He like, oh, okay, you know, I had an idea. So it's kind of like he knew, but he wanted to hear me say it. So he was asking me, you know, what if he were to go with me today, what is it that I would do for him? How would I help his company out? And I told him, first of all, I would find out all of your needs. What do you need this truck to do? What do you need? What are the things that you need to pay? Where are you willing to go? What is it that you're willing to do? And I will put together, because this is just what I do. Y'all know I come from 27 years of customer service. So I was in management, I was in training. So I told him I will put together a plan of action for him based on the things that he tells me. And then we will go over the plan of action. And in that plan of action, it will show you what it is that you need from me, what it is that I'm going to do for you, and how it is that we're going to get there. So he was just like, okay, all right, I appreciate that. And you seem to know what you're talking about and know what you have. I said, I never want to approach anyone and not know what it is I'm going to say or what it is that I'm going to do. I said, the only difference in the information or what it is that I'm going to say or what it's going to do is going to depend on what it is that you need. So he said, well, I don't need anybody because, like I said, I got my hot shots going out there doing what it is they do. I got somebody on that, and I got what I have set up with Amazon that's doing what I needed to do for now. However, now we finna get into why I got this here on. I went to school at so-and-so such and such. I'm going to reach out to so-and-so such and such at so-and-so such and such because that's who you would need to talk to. And so I said, well, I greatly appreciate that because one of the things that I like to do and that I'm purposed to do personally is something that you didn't ask me. And it is, I want to reach and talk with carriers that before they get into the industry. So they know what to expect when they get a dispatcher, and we know what to expect from them. I can't see y'all comments because I ain't got on my glasses and I'm driving. However, I'm going to keep this on until I get where I'm going to park because I want to be able to see the comments before I turn it off. Because like I think I told y'all before, I don't know how to keep the comments and save this for IG Live. So I told him that's one of the things that I do. That's what I want to do. And then I came back to my car. Y'all know I keep a notebook. And I took out my notebook and I showed him the things that I have written, the dates that I have on them, and what I want to do. When I tell you, he was like blown away. And so I started telling him, this is what I do. This is what I'm purposed to do. I like to talk about things besides what it is that you want to do. I like to talk to the carriers, and I like to talk to other dispatchers or those who want to become independent dispatchers about what this really entails and what it is that we do and what we must do. I said right now, I've been dispatching. August will be a year. And I'm still out here pounding the pavement because yes, I have things going on online. Yes, I do teach. Yes, I'm effective at teaching, but my name is not where people need it to be. So where I'm finding, you know, the support is either not there. Now, those of you who do support me, don't get it twisted. I greatly appreciate y'all. I thank y'all so much, and I know that y'all are there. But I need more. So I know that I cannot just stop and leave it at just posting these online, and I'm going to have an event online. I got to get out here because any of you who have been following me for a while, you know that when I had that box truck, non-CDL, new authority box truck, I was out here pounding the pavement and doing everything that I needed to do for that company in order for them to be successful and make 21 grand in 43 days when it's out there saying that it can't be done when it comes to a box truck, a new and no non-CDL. But it also was on that carrier, that owner operator. He was willing to do everything that I needed him to do in the plan that I had written out for him. We made a reality of what his situation was. I knew, the information that I needed to know concerning the industry and concerning what he was doing and how he wanted to do it and how he wanted, what he wanted to do about getting a return on his investment. So I was talking to him about that as well. And I was saying that, one of the reasons that I want to speak with carriers is because they need to know and they need to understand what they're getting themselves in as well. Because as an independent dispatcher, we get a whole lot of new authority, people who have put all of their money into this truck and into that business, and then they want to come and find an independent dispatcher and pour that pressure on the independent dispatcher to try to hurry up and get a return on their investment, which lets me know that as a business person, as somebody who is paying attention, as somebody who knows a couple of things but not everything, they really were not in position to start this business because they did not have a cushion. So when they don't have a cushion like that, they don't know what they're doing. They want to bring all of that stress and pressure and dump it on the dispatcher, and then when success does not happen, they want to fire the dispatcher. They want to talk trash to the dispatcher because they don't know or understand what exactly a dispatcher does. And the dispatcher who takes them on, who does not interview them, who does not know what's going on, who does not know that they don't have to take that on, and who does not have the information and the capacity to educate this new carrier, they all find themselves in a situation. So that's what I want to get in on. I want to talk to people beforehand, or if you've already started, we can start where you are and turn that around and help you fix that and help you understand where you're going from there. So I was talking to somebody, so he put me in contact with somebody, with one person. Now let me tell you how it comes full circle. A couple of months ago, somebody, I think it was Katisha, I think, I'm almost sure it was her, that told me that I needed to go around to the places that teach the transportation, teach the truck, teach them how to drive the trucks and talk to them. But I was, just like, okay, I hear what you're saying. I'm going to write that down. And then I made a plan for it. But he just came, and I said, I'm going to do it. And he came through with the confirmation today, which worked for me. And then he put me in contact with somebody that I had to go, had to speak with. And I was talking to him, and he was quite impressed. Of course, he said he's going to get back with me because he has a couple other people that he wants to talk to. And that brings me into what I'm saying about this third quarter. So y'all know, second quarter just didn't fare well for your girl. It did not. I went through all of that stuff, all of the mental situations, which I was prepared for mental situations as an independent dispatcher. What I was not prepared for was somebody taken from me in such a capacity that it blindsided me. The support, I didn't have a whole lot going on in the second quarter. And even now, I have, you all will find that in your business, whatever it is that you do, wherever it is that you go, even when you talk to a carrier, come on, let's go. When you talk to a carrier and they talk good and they say, oh, they're waiting on you. And then when you go and do what you need to do and get your credentials or get yourself together and you contact them, it's a whole nother thing. Oh, I'm gonna get back with you. Oh, I'm not ready yet. Oh, you ready already? Oh, you ready to move that? It's the same thing, when you're trying to teach, you zero in on what the people say that they want. Then when you create it and you pull it together, nobody wants it. Nobody purchases it. And it's just something else. So I was really thinking to myself, especially since I get a whole lot of people that come to me and come and find me that have taken these big name courses, and they don't know all that they should know. And I think I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. There is no dig, there is no knocking on name brand people, name brand businesses who are out here big. As a matter of fact, I'm going to reach out to some of them and ask them, do they want to contract me? Because there's a lot of people coming from those courses and situations who are not getting what they need. They're getting a high level overview. And like I said, I've said this before. There's conversations and reach and opportunities for people who have money. And those people usually have not gone through the experience that I have from the chair, that others have from the chair. So they know how to tell you and put together something that is their reality. See, I'm not going to knock. It's their reality. It's some truth and a reality to what it is that they're giving. But the thing is, they're giving that to those who are giving their last. They're giving that to people who need to know that there are steps to that. And a lot of the people that have large platforms, they have high level overview. They can tell you, this is what you do. This is the equipment that you need to work with. And this is how much you need to make each week I'm just using an example. Per 5 pieces of equipment, you need to be dispatching them where you making at least $350 a week off each of them. And that will make you a 6-figure earner. So they have some validity to what it is that they're saying, but the audience that they're speaking to, it's not them. So we have, just like I say, I want to talk to carriers who, before they go and purchase this truck, to make sure that they know and understand what they're getting into, and that the responsibility of making money for the investment that they have made does not fall on an independent dispatcher. And an independent dispatcher also needs to know that they need to take on what they know. They need to have some receipts. They need to be informed and know whether or not they can do anything for that carrier, for that owner operator, in order to propel their businesses forward. And what I think it just in my mind is happening is the same thing is happening with those who want to become dispatchers. They look at these name brand people. They save up their hundreds to thousands of dollars because they're on the outside looking in. They see all of this wonderfulness. They see how grand the people are living, but they are also not in position to afford those courses. So what happens is they take their last, they save up, and they put all their money into it. Then they don't get the return that they were expecting, because I'm not going to say that the person selling those courses is promising them. Now they are giving you a look. They are making it appear, because it's still a marketing tactic. But what happens is they go and do that. They don't see me, or I don't have the trust factor because my name is not, ringing bells like that. However, they come to my page. They watch my YouTube. They send me things like, man, you know what you're talking about. I didn't know that. What is that? How do I do that? And they come to me in a manner that, okay, I have the information there. Get what you need. That's the free. They'll come to me and ask a question, and then I'll find myself in a position where they want to ask stuff that requires a full-on training. Then when I tell them that, hey, you need to learn this, my course is $350, then the rebuttal is, I already paid $1,100. I already paid. Well, let me tell you, my course is $350, and I promise you, for $350, you're going to get those thousands of dollars worth of information, because now you are prepared. You know what it is that you need, and you're going to get the reality of your specific situation, and you're going to get it from somebody whose bank account probably looks like yours. Looks like, or at least looked like. So the conversation that I'm going to have, see, this is the thing about me. I may have thousands of dollars worth of information, but I know how I don't have thousands of dollars in the bank, hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank. So the conversation that I'm going to have with you is going to be more realistic to our situation. When I get to hundreds of thousands of dollars, then that'll be a different conversation, and that'll be a level. But I will still know how to speak from this point, because I've been in this point, in this kind of conversation longer than I would have been there. And even when I get there, I will be sitting in different rooms, getting different conversations, paying how I weigh to be able to teach you and bring you up as well. So we have to be real with ourselves as independent dispatchers, as well as carriers and new owner operators who do not have had those cushions in the bank. We need to know the reality of this situation. We need to know that there's a lot of work to be done to get to those levels, and that everybody that you see did not have thousands and hundreds of thousands to invest, and they don't really do what we do from the seat. They don't, and they never have. They started out in a manner where they had some money to invest, and then as an afterthought, they added this to it because now their name or whatever is large, but they cannot speak to you from the chair. They got a couple of tidbits here, a couple of tidbits there. They have enough to go on a live and stay on there to get it done. But I'm gonna there's more, so much more to this than literally meets the eye. And although success is there, success in this is not rapid. It is not immediate. It is not quick. It is none of those things. And we need to know this before we take our last. We need to know this before we quit our job chasing what somebody said. You hear me? I did a video before about how I had to plan my way out of corporate America. 3 years it took me. Some of y'all, it might not take that long. You might have had better jobs. You might have had better paying jobs. Your home life might have been different, whatever it is. But we need to know all that this entails before we make the investment and before we leave our bread and butter. We have to have an understanding. We need to know, what it is that's happening, what happens, and all of that. So I'm going to take this out. So yeah, I had to meet up with a couple of folks, had a couple of conversations. And now I'm gonna pick my daughter up from work, and I'm going on to the second hustle. Because my reality is the support for the things that I have out here is not hitting. So guess what? I'm about to take off my professional empty nest. I'm going to keep on now I'm going to put on my sport, because when I do these Uber Eats and DoorDashing, when I leave my car with these people, I still represent my company. I am still an entrepreneur. I just got to get it how I got to get it. And I just, y'all know I like to be so serious and so for real with y'all, because we need reality. We need reality. And we got to know. We have to know. And I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be the one to tell it to you. That's my reality. So this third quarter, that's what I'm doing. I'm going hard. I'm out here in these streets. I'm talking to people. I'm doing classes live. I'm getting venues. And I believe that it's going to pick up. I believe that it's going to happen. But I also know that I have to put in the work. I am out here in the heat. I've got me a good little brown going on. It's real, and it's not instant. It's not instant. So I want to, I say some of that to say this. When you are looking into becoming an independent, just an entrepreneur, period, follow and get into people who operate in the space that you're in. Somebody who speaks the language that you need to hear, because all the, I have to taste my words, because I have to be very careful not to teeter into knocking anyone, because like I said earlier, the things that are being taught is somebody's reality. But for those in the category where I come from, it's not mine. When I got in this seat, I knew a lot of things about being in the seat, just not from the transportation industry. So there was a lot that I had to study. There was a lot that I had to know. And there was a lot that I knew I needed to know before I started this. And I try to teach these things, especially service. Customer service is so important. You cannot cold call these carriers with your bedroom voice. Hey, how you doing? You need a dispatcher? All right. Okay then, well, here go my number. you cannot, there's some things that you have to do and that you have to know, because I'm out there on Amazon property, probably violating like a mug, but I didn't talk to these people. I didn't mess with these people. I didn't wake these people up. I just left my card on them trucks that's lined all the way up and down and around them at 4:45 in the morning. And I continued to do that until I got a hit. And it just so happened that the hit may be something that takes me, to the next level. And y'all know, I'm gonna tell y'all about that too. Let me scroll up. Let me get my glasses and scroll up and see while I'm waiting on this girl to get off work. See if I didn't answer anybody or something. Oh, let me wave. Got the little wave on here. Hey y'all, I'm not ignoring that, y'all. I don't need my glasses when I drive, but I do need them to see. Hey Navera. Hey Sante. I'm trying to do the wave thing on everybody. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk about it, because y'all know I keep y'all updated. I give y'all the reality. I tell y'all what's going on. It's real, and it's not instant. It's not immediate. And just like the carriers and the owner-operators who go out here and buy these trucks and they can't get an instant return, you all who pay for these courses that you still need more from, is not going to be an instant return. And it doesn't matter about courses. It's just not going to be an instant return. So yeah, I wanted to talk about that. And this is the third quarter. So again, I'm outside. I'm pounding the pavement just like I did for my carriers. I was out here for them, and I got to be out here for myself. It's a must. And to cover the lack, I got a Uber Eats. I got a DoorDash. Until things pick up, until people trust me, until my name is a name that people trust and want to come to, in public. And let's talk about that too. Because I see, when you come to me and you come through me, whatever you learn, whatever you gather, it is yours. But I think what taps my nerves a bit is when I have 300, 400, 500 people that have come to me from these name brand places, and I have given them the information and the tools that they needed. And then I see them worshiping the who they went to. That kind of taps on my nerves a bit, because yes, their name is large and in charge, but they didn't give you your money's worth. They didn't give you the tools that you need. They didn't help you move. They didn't help you operate. And that is, if I had to say anything bothered me just a bit, that would be it. However, I also get to see that my job is done. My job is done, and hopefully you won't need to swing back around this way, because I will not extend that same courtesy. And you won't even give me a review. You won't even let nobody know that you came in contact with me. Like that's not okay. But you will blow my inbox up. You'll blow me down and all of that. So it's coming. It's going to get better. I'm going to keep on being me. I'm going to keep on coming on here giving y'all the real. I'm going to keep on posting. I'm going to keep on doing what I need to do, because what's supposed to be mine is going to be mine. What's supposed to be others like me, ours is going to be. And it is what it is. It's real out here. And like I said, some of these name brand people, I'm going to reach out to them. Hey, here is the proof of your people that have paid you. This is what they have said. So can I become a 1099? Because there's a portion of what you're selling that's not being told. So can I come in and fill that void? Can I come in and fill it? I don't want to take over. I don't want to do anything. I just want to come in right here. I want to tell about this part, talk about this part right here. 1099 me. You could sign me up to a non-disclosure, because if you want me to teach verbally, and step by step, the things that you have, just a video for them to watch, I can do that too. Because I'm not here. My point and my purpose is to inform the people. It's not to out you. It's not to make your program or your situation look bad. But we got to come together, and we need them to know all of that. And there's no way that me, who has no name anywhere, had hundreds of people that needed information from me in order to run their business properly and know what to do on their business, and they paid you hundreds and thousands. That's all I'm saying. So let me come in here and feel what I have proof. See, I'm all about receipts. This is your people. These are the dates that your people came to me after paying you. So let me come in here and give the people what I gave the people after. That's all I want to do. I want them to be equipped. I need them to know, because there's no reason that, people are just asking questions that should be the base. Like, how is it that you know where to go get a carrier? How is it that you know what you need to be charging them, but you don't know how to find them? Huh? You don't know what to say to somebody when you've given me all of these people to talk to. Contact the shipper directly. Contact, this broker, but you didn't tell me what to say. And you told me this specific place to go and find carriers, because they'll be sitting over here and they're going to post their truck, whatever, however. But what do I say when I call them? What do I say? Because again, I come from 27 years of customer service. So I was in retention where I got cussed out, rebuttals. So I'm ready. But when you tell me to contact them and they say, man, what you calling my phone for? I want to hear directly from a broker. What, I'm going to stumble? No. If I were to do that and they call, what you calling me for? I want to talk directly to a broker. Well, I understand that you want to speak to a broker. I am an independent dispatcher, and I know that you want to keep moving. I am in contact, with somebody that will be able to assist you. I'll be able to use my contacts and my connects to move you if that's something you desire. Here is my information. Thank you so much for your time. Not just let them talk to you crazy and hang up on them. Hear them. This is my thing. Listen, educate, advocate. Yeah, they might come at you wrong. They might come at you ugly. I am prepared for that. I was in retention for 7 years at Comcast. Everybody cussed me out all day, every day. So there ain't nothing that anybody can say to me in my face or on the phone that I'm not going to have a rebuttal for and know how to turn that thing around. But I need you all to know that as well, because opportunities are everywhere. Don't miss the opportunity because you didn't know what to say back. Don't miss the opportunity because ain't nobody going to be talking to me like that. Understand, this is all you. And you have to maximize every opportunity that you have. Now, you don't have to press. Now, if I say back, I understand that. I'm just here for you as another resource if you need it. Nah, I'm good. That's it. That means that they have decided that's what they wanted, and there is no rebuttal. There is no turnaround, but you did something else. You didn't just say, oh, all right, then, sorry for your time. No, I understand that. I would like to be another resource, if that's okay with you. Oh, okay, well, let me hear what you're talking about. Or, no, I'm good. That's it. Ain't nobody about to come out swinging. And these are the things that I want to implement. I'm in the process of taking I don't know what I want to do with it, what I want to call it, but just creating something that has so much information in it and selling it. And it will be a play-by-play. When you run into this problem, you're going to turn this page, you can turn it to that page, because I've got to get it. And I've got to get the information out here in whatever way I can. So, and I got to get it out here. People need their hands on it. Because, again, it's just me. And I'm believing so much more is going to happen for me that I won't have time to be so much one-on-one. But in that same thing, I never want to be so far gone that I'm removed from the people. because that's who make me. That's what I desire. So just a little, come on, tell y'all how it's going. So this third quarter, I'm outside. There's some things that I was paying for before. And again, I'm just being real. The support is just not there. So I cut that out of my budget. So even with my books, I still got my ebooks, but instead of paying $40 a month, so it can be in a certain kind of category and it don't have any commercials, I'm not getting the support on it like that. So it's going to be whatever the basic is. And if it got commercials, it's just going to have commercials, because y'all know I am so serious about saving money and being cost effective. And if that cost, oh, thank you, brings it. Right. Oh, let me talk about my homeboy said. So y'all, let me tell you how people are. And this is how you know who is in this industry and who is not. So anybody who has my homeboy said, or anybody who has heard me talk about my homeboy said, I said, I'm gonna have to figure that out. January. I'll check on it when I get home and get to my computer and see if there's a way that I'm able to do that. But let me talk about my ebook. I'm not a rich woman. I'm not an author. I'm not nothing. No. I am something. But what my homeboy said, I said it's not grammatically correct. It's not professionally written, because it is written in the way that it happens from the seat. See, if you sit in this seat, you understand my homeboy said perfectly. You know that there's no perfect lineup. You know that everybody that we speak to does not speak grammatically correct. And you know that the things that they ask in our interactions are random. That is the exact way my homeboy said is written. The exact way. So let me tell you, I got emails, I got phone calls from these publishing people. I don't know who they are. I was reading your book, and it could be better. The way that you have it written, it's not, what do you do? Excuse me, what do you do? Are you an independent dispatcher? Well, no. Do you work in the transportation industry at all? No, but what I do is I go around and you can't tell me anything about my homeboy said, because you don't live this life. You don't sit in this seat. The way that my homeboy said is written is for those who sit in this seat. They understand it perfectly, because this is the randomness that we deal with, and we have to be prepared. I couldn't make my homeboy say it in a structured manner, because that's unrealistic. Now, if you got Marian in the box truck, you see it's more lined up. It's not perfect, but it says, this is what I did. This is the time that I did it. This is how long it took me. This is who worked with me. This is what I did. This is what I went through. It's a whole series of what I had to do. But my homeboy said it's for real. My homeboy said I'm gonna be making this amount of money. My homeboy said, so when y'all finish, you perfectly understand my homeboy. You know that, slow and didn't know what she was doing. You know that, oh Lord, when I call these carriers up, they sure do that. Or when they reach out to me and I tell them the reality of the situation, they know my homeboy told me, or the company that I used to work for, you know that it's real. You know that that's how it goes. And you probably got to laugh to yourself, because you're probably like, man, yeah. And I can only write that. I can only say that from the seat. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. And I'm actually going to make another one, with some more, because like I said, service and customer service is in me. I used to be making SOPs and stuff for people's companies, making, the training material. So I'm going to focus on that, and I'm going to write these things and do these things from the way we do it. There's some things that's going to be real structured, and then there's some things that's going to be just what we do. And it's going to be funny, and it's going to be real, but it's going to be a reference, and you can hold on to it. Come on, brings it. Gave me the confidence with the pitch. Right. And the books they're $7.99. The reason that it's $7.99 is because it's an ebook. I don't have, a nice little platform and all that, but I know that the information is impactful. When I get home, I'm going to see January about that. And if I can't do it, I'll see if there's a way that I can email you the PDF and then you can print it out and have it in your hand. But again, y'all, when things pick up for me, and y'all are watching, you all are watching, I give y'all the play-by-play. So you all one day are going to be able to see that when I have a nice situation, or I ain't gonna say everything I want to do because I'm gonna give it to y'all when it's time, but when I'm able to put it in a book form and it's in your hand and it's nice and it got a cover on it, y'all will be able to say, man, I remember when she threw that thing together and it worked for me. Because, and here's another thing about my homeboy said it's urgent. My homeboy said it's what the people need right now. We can make it pretty later, but right now, the people need to know how to interview. The people need to know that they're going to try to say this. They're going to try to try you. They're going to try to... The people need to know that now. So my homeboy said it's a right now word. Huh? It's a right now word. So, yeah, you all will see that as things get better, I'll be able to operate better in a much better position, because as you grow... See, I'm realistic. The entire time, there's no way I got anything that's perfected, because I ain't got no money. Business is not hitting like that. So, but as it grows, you will start to see the difference. I'm going to come on here and tell you the difference, because I give you all, this is what I do is my documentary to y'all in this business as an entrepreneur, not even just to this, just as an entrepreneur. What I'm doing in entrepreneurship, this is what's happening. This is what's going well. This is what's not. You know, it's a year in. Y'all done made a couple of little dollars, but not where, you know, I would like to be. But again, this is still year one, and we're gonna operate. We're gonna move in and see how it look on year two. We're gonna ride this journey out. Because my ultimate thing is to be able to stand in front of the people and really talk about what goes on in this life, what goes on in what we do every day. Because I have been given something that nobody else has been given, and I ask God for that. Tell me what to talk to the people about. Hey, give me a set apart. What is it that I'm supposed to say and what I'm supposed to do to be able to let the people know that this is what it is. It can be done. It will be done. But there are going to be some steps that we need to go through, that we need to know, so we don't make any foolish, you know, unbeknownst to us moves and things. So it's happening. Again, that's what happened to me earlier. I wanted to make sure that I shared that with y'all. Now I done peeled off the professionalism in the collar shirt, and I'm gonna pop off these earrings because I'm probably gonna get hot in a minute. And now I'm about to get out here and do what I need to do to make a little change. Because it, you know, honestly, nobody's purchasing class. You know, well, I'll say this. They're not purchasing independent classes from me. They are purchasing them from the more expensive, and I'm not mad at that, because I don't have the marketing. I don't have the pull. I don't have the, you know, I don't. But what I do is consistency. And what's going to be mine is going to be mine, because I'm not sure how this happens. But for whatever reason, I am being found after the fact, which means somebody see me. And I'm grateful and thankful for that. So I'm making sure I see this. I'm gonna post this on y'all got it exclusive today. This is only on Instagram. I'll post it on other places a little bit later, probably when I get in some Wi-Fi. But you know, I had to come on and talk to y'all, and I had to tell y'all that, you know, immediately. And you know, I'm out here on my Clark Kent. You know, I had to take my collar shirt off, and now I got to get into, you know, the means. My husband work every day. He's doing his overtime thing. But again, in the planning my way out of corporate, the agreement that I had with my husband and the covenant of my house was, as long as I am in position where he takes care of everything concerning the house and the cars and everything, and I am able to take care of everything concerning my business. That was the agreement that we had for planning my way out of corporate. And in order to uphold what it is that I said I wanted to do, what I wanted to uphold and be true to my word is what I'm doing, what I'm putting together is not bringing in the profit. So guess what? I got the activity of my limbs. I have a vehicle. I can get in it and I can jump in and out of these cars like a hooker all day and get this food, put it in this car, take it to these people, say, hey, how you doing, smiling? What's that on your shirt? Oh, that's my Empteenest Logistics. I'm also an independent dispatcher. Oh, okay, I heard about that. Boom, here your card. Here's my email. I'm still marketing. Look at her, the girls helping me out, because sometimes the fellas be out there. Hey, you ain't got to do much. You ain't got to be disrespectful to your household, but you got to use what you got. Oh, my goodness. But, yeah. Okay, Bring It. Saw you and watch all your videos in one day. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much, Brings It. I'm so glad. I be trying to make sure that I am everywhere that the people need to be. And this is one thing that I will say about those who do support. I promise you, I'm so grateful for y'all because you understand that yes, she gives us value. Yes, she gives us a lot of free stuff, but some stuff I'm gonna have to buy. And y'all don't hound me about, can I get I know you do such and such, but y'all don't do that. And I'm so grateful for that because I used to kind of feel like, man, should I change this? Should I make this cheaper? Should I not? And then once I really sat and looked at my second quarter, looked at all the people that used to be in the group and all of that, and I was just like, no, because you all will come up with hundreds to thousands of dollars to find out that is nothing. And I know for a fact that for $350, I'm giving you more than enough. I'm holding on to you for 4 weeks on nesting. I'm making sure, like my girl January right now, she took the class probably over a month ago now. But she was still working and she's still working. But I told her then, I said, listen, what I'm going to have to specifically do for you now is when you ready to start doing this, some of the things from nesting I'm going to have to do with you at the time. Today I saw she posted her message that she was ready. So now that's how we're going to do it. Because she doesn't need handheld. Now she just need a specific. Okay, I'm ready to plug and play. And that's what we're going to do. And we got a way that we're going to do it because there's some things that I need for her to do for me. And then then I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do for her. So that's why I like it. And I like, I'm so grateful for y'all. And I'm grateful that, I'm in position to have the time to do it. Now there'll be at, at some point where things will really be booming and I'll be able to hire somebody. But let me tell you what you're going to know about me. If they don't have the zeal and the like me, we're not going to be able to do it. And that's one of the things that I was telling people when I was doing, when we were cold calling. And I'll do it with January and anybody else who needs to. When I reach out to oh my goodness, I can't even get my mind right. When I reach out to carriers for you, you have to understand that zest and that zeal and that that I'm going to give them, you're going to have to keep that up. Because when I make the cold call for you, I'm calling in your business name. So I'm calling and I'm saying, hey, how you doing? My name is Marian. I'm giving you a call from January Jones's dispatching service. Are you in need of a dispatcher today? And they're going to say yes. And I'm going to say, all right, well, thank you so much for your time. You have a few moments right now. I'm going to say all of the things, what's your equipment? Is it CDL or non-CDL? What are your needs? When are you looking to move? All of the things. But I'm going to be giving them that oomph because I want them to work with you. So when I get them and I lock them in and I say, all right, well, all is well. So from here forward, you'll be hearing from January. I'm her secretary. I'm making the call and stuff for her. She'll be working with you from here forward. And be looking to hear from her soon, and I'm going to give her all of this information. So when January contact that carrier back again, and she knows all of the things, because I'm going to tell them, I'm going to do a full-on interview for 48 hours, and we're looking forward to moving and making progress with you. I'm going to say all of the things. And then when I contact January, I'm going to give her, well, she's going to hear it because we're going to do it live. And I'm going to tell her, this is what you need to do. This is where they want to go. You know, get on your DAT and take a look and see if you'll be able to do it, because I'm not going to guarantee the carrier. When I end the call, I'm going to say, hey, I know all of your needs. What we're going to do now is do a little research, see how it's looking, see if we're going to be able to move you, you know, all of the things. And then when she takes a look and it's all good, she gonna call back in 24 to 48 hours, and I'm gonna coach her. I'm gonna say, hey, how you doing? This is January. You spoke with my secretary the other day, Marian. Because I'm fine with being your secretary, because guess what? Success is what we looking for. Guess what? If I get somebody on my phone that want to do the fool with me, and I'm going to say, I'll have my supervisor call you back, I'm going to call January up. Look here, I need you to call this person back. Tell them that you my supervisor, run that. We are each other's co-workers. We are each other's network. So when I help you with your cold calling and you provide me with the carriers, I'm going to call them on behalf of your company. Hey, how you doing? My name is Marian. I'm giving you a call with January's Independent Dispatcher Services. Are you in the market for a dispatcher? They're going to say yes or no. We're going to move forward. Now 24 to 48 hours when January call back, we're going to be done research. We done took a look. We're going to see what we're going to do. We're going to call them back. We're going to get real spiffy. She going to say, hey, how you doing? This is January giving you a call back. You spoke with my secretary, Marian, the other day, and she was letting me know I have all of your information here. I was able to take a look and look at the market and see what's going on and how we can make moves with your equipment. While I was looking, I saw that there were areas of opportunity for where it is that you want to go. I know that you're looking forward to start moving in on ABC time. And I was able to see some consistency in the area. So is that still the time that you want to be able to make, to move forward? Yes. Well, all right. So I would like to go ahead and send you over a copy of my dispatcher agreement. I'm going to allow you 24 hours to take a look at my agreement, and then once you sign that and get everything sent back over to me, we can go ahead and get started on your preset date time, and we'll go ahead and make a move from there. Is that all right? Is that something that you can do? All right. And is there anything else that I need to know from you? Is there anything else that, do you have any vacations coming up? Are there times that I want to confirm that these are the times that you want to be home? All of the things, because I'm not playing with y'all. I need y'all to be on point with that. And that's a service that I want to offer, but y'all I won't lie. Some of the things that I want to do, I get so discouraged about because nobody takes advantage or they want to take advantage. But yeah, I'm not gonna play. I need to know that when I'm not around you or when I'm not available, you got this. You can do it. You know what I said. Even if you gotta write it down verbatim, baby, I got a rebuttal there ain't too much I can't rebuttal. And that was from that 27 years. I'm telling you, that interview prepared me for this time right here. And if I'm gonna be instrumental in helping the carrier's business be successful and instrumental in helping our independent dispatcher businesses be successful, I need to give you the right things. I need to give you the right tools. It's not about play, because I understand that this is people's livelihood. I understand that this is people's dreams of entrepreneurship, and I'm not going to half-ass them and give them a portion when they are willing to leave these people jobs, stop clocking in and out, and make this their all in all, and I done gave them a little piece, or I done dropped it off, or they can't find me, or they can't get back with me. No, we're gonna be doing this thing right, because when we get into it and we tap into it, when we get our zone together and we all right. So my doing some homework. Hey, well, we gonna have to drive and get and then once we get this first payment, we'll get you something to eat. Y'all see that? She hungry. But baby, we got to do a DoorDash or an Uber Eats order first, get a little change on that card, and then we get her a little groceries. But that's the reality of the situation. Ain't got it. I ain't got it. So I appreciate y'all. I'm so grateful for y'all. And just, I'm gonna try to make sure that I come live. Because even though, life is not, all grand for me right now, that doesn't mean that I don't have to show up, because my life and situations don't run me, and I'm called to service, And I can't be of service if I want to let life knock me down every time, you know, a hard wind blow. No, that's not it. That's not happening. And I'm not going to allow it. So I wanted to just come on, you know, give y'all an update. I'm going to save this video. I'm going to put it on my YouTube. Even my YouTube, I'm on the road to getting 1,000 people. But I don't know how to do it. But I'm just going to keep on going on there and keep on keeping on. And who's supposed to find me, going to find me. Who needs what I have is going to find me to get it. And if y'all know anybody, you know, tell them about me. If you took, you know, my class or I did anything for, you know, that enhanced you, please go and make a comment on my my Facebook, because people just don't believe that you for real and that you out here doing stuff, you know. But I thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all, and I will talk to y'all later. All right.